Hello, and welcome to Podcast Growth Tactics by Potter, your essential guide to elevating your podcasting journey. We're the people behind Potter, a premier podcast analytics and enrichment platform. Whether you're a podcasting pro or just hitting record for the first time, we're here to arm you with practical tips and innovative strategies. From email marketing and SEO to interviews, paid ads, and beyond, we've got you covered. Plus, we'll help you fine-tune your show, connect with your audience, and craft content that truly resonates. Our insights are grounded in data. With over 1 billion data points from podcasts across the globe, we're privy to what truly works in the podcasting universe. Before we kick off, we'd like to share a unique aspect of our podcast. This show is AI generated based on insights found from the Potter team. We're embracing the power of technology to bring you the most relevant and actionable podcasting insights. If you enjoy our show, we'd be thrilled if you could leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podchaser, or your preferred podcast platform. Your feedback fuels our growth and helps us reach more podcasters like you. Now let's dive into today's episode. Evergreen episodes refer to podcast content that remains relevant and valuable to listeners regardless of when they encounter it. Unlike topical episodes that may lose relevance after a specific event or time period, Evergreen episodes continue to engage new listeners and provide value to your podcast long after their initial publication. The importance of Evergreen episodes cannot be overstated. They can attract a steady stream of listeners and provide a solid foundation for your podcast. Because of their timeless nature, they have the potential to continually attract new listeners, boost your podcast's SEO, and provide a constant source of content for your audience. Researching trending topics is crucial in creating evergreen content. It allows you to stay informed about what your audience is interested in and can help you create content that aligns with these interests. A step-by-step guide on finding evergreen content. Identify your audience's interests. Begin by understanding your audience's interests and the questions they frequently ask. This can be done by using tools such as Google Trends to identify trending topics in your industry. Another way is to have a look at your Google Analytics data for your podcast website, or have a look at your in-depth audience demographics section in Potter. Lastly, don't forget to directly engage with your audience through surveys, social media, or forums. Visit Google Trends and type in keywords related to your podcast's focus. Observe the trends over time and see which topics consistently hold interest. Link to Google Trends. Check popular content in your industry. Websites like BuzzSumo or Ahrefs can help identify the most shared or linked content in your industry. This can give you ideas for topics that are popular and have lasting interest. Use BuzzSumo's content research tool to see what content has been widely shared in your industry. Look for patterns and topics that continually resurface. Link to BuzzSumo Research SEO keywords. Tools like Moz, SEMrush, or Google Keyword Planner can help identify the most searched for keywords in your industry. Topics related to these keywords can be good contenders for evergreen content. Use Google Keyword Planner to identify highly searched keywords in your industry. Try to brainstorm topic ideas that could incorporate these keywords. Link to Google Keyword Planner. Use social media platforms like Quora, Reddit, Twitter, or LinkedIn can be a goldmine for evergreen content ideas. Look for frequently asked questions or hot topics in your industry. One of the best ways to identify evergreen topics is to look for frequently asked questions or common challenges within your industry. These are issues that your audience consistently cares about, making them perfect for evergreen content. Join relevant groups, forums, or communities on these platforms. Participate in discussions, ask questions, and take note of the topics that generate the most engagement. These are likely to be areas of enduring interest to your audience. Platforms like Reddit and Quora are full of niche communities where people ask questions and share insights. Browse these communities to identify recurring questions or topics that could form the basis of your evergreen content. Once you've gathered a list of potential evergreen topics from social media, think about how you can approach these topics in a unique and engaging way. Remember, the goal is not just to answer the question, but to provide a comprehensive, engaging discussion that will remain relevant over time. Link to Quora, link to Reddit, analyze competitors, look at similar shows or other influencers in your industry, identify their most popular content, and consider how you could create a unique, more in-depth or updated version on that topic. Identify your competitors. Start by listing down podcasts or influencers that share a similar audience or topic focus as yours. These could be direct competitors, those who cover the same topics as you, or indirect competitors, those who might not cover the same topics but still cater to the same audience. Review their evergreen content. Dive into their content and identify episodes that have a timeless appeal. These are topics that remain relevant and valuable to listeners, regardless of when they encounter them. Look for patterns and topics that continually resurface and hold interest over time. Evaluate their strengths and weaknesses. As you review their evergreen content, identify what they do well and where they fall short. Are their episodes well researched? Do they engage with their audience effectively? Do they miss out on certain evergreen topics that your audience might be interested in? This will help you understand what sets your podcast apart. Spot evergreen opportunities. Based on your findings, identify potential evergreen topics for your podcast. This could be a unique angle on a popular evergreen topic, a more in-depth exploration of a subject, or an updated perspective on a previously covered topic. Consider other platforms. Don't limit your analysis to podcast platforms alone. Platforms like YouTube, blogs, and social media can also provide valuable insights into popular evergreen content within your industry. Create a unique spin. Once you've identified potential evergreen topics, think about how you can approach them from a unique perspective. This could involve bringing in a guest with a different viewpoint, incorporating listener questions and feedback, or presenting the topic in a novel format. Think timeless. When brainstorming, think about topics that will still be relevant and useful in a year or more. These are often topics that address fundamental questions or offer comprehensive guides to a subject. Brainstorm topics that aren't dependent on current events or trends, but rather are continually relevant to your audience. Our personal favorite, alerts using tools to monitor the web for interesting new content based on your specified keywords or industry. They can help keep your content fresh and relevant, but please note that they might not always indicate long-term trends. Choose an alerts tool that suits your niche best. Google Alerts. You'll get emails when Google finds new results, such as web pages, newspaper articles, blogs, or scientific research that matches your search term. Talkwalker Alerts, like Google Alerts, but with a focus on social media. It's valuable for tracking mentions across the internet, but it may require some fine-tuning to avoid irrelevant results. Sprout Social's social media. Listening. This tool helps you understand what your audience is saying about your brand or industry. It gives deep insights, but comes at a cost. Meltwater.com, a comprehensive media monitoring tool. It offers a wide range of sources, but is more expensive. Mention.com. This tool allows real-time media monitoring. It's excellent for tracking mentions and understanding audience sentiment, but less effective for broader trend analysis. Remember, the best evergreen topics are those that provide value to your audience over a long period. The tools and steps above should help you identify these topics and create content that will continue to engage your audience long after it is published. And that wraps up another episode of Podcast Growth Tactics by Potter. We hope you found our tips and strategies useful in your podcasting journey. Remember, we're here to help you connect with your audience and elevate your show to new heights. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to leave us a review on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Podchaser, or your preferred podcast platform. Your feedback not only helps us improve, but it also helps other podcasters discover our show. For more insights and data-driven strategies, don't forget to check out Potter, your premier podcast analytics and enrichment platform.